Everyone is essentially in a race condition by default. And you have, Google is racing against Facebook, and the U.S. is racing against China, and every group is racing against every other group. However you want to conceive of groups, this is to be the first one with incredibly powerful narrow AI is to be the next, multi-billion-dollar company.
I try to convince people to slow down AI, to regulate AI. This was futile. I tried for years. Nobody listened. I was really going on the warning quite a lot. I was warning everyone I could. I met with Obama, and I met with Congress. I was at a meeting of all 50 governors and talked about just AI danger, and I talked to everyone I could. No one seemed to realize where this was going. They didn't quite understand it, or didn't think it was near term, or not sure what to do about it. It's going to be very tempting to use AI as a weapon. It's going to be very tempting. In fact, it will be used as a weapon. So the on-ramp to serious AI, the danger is going to be more humans using it against each other, I think, most likely. That'll be the danger. Yeah.
How far do you think we are from something that can make its own mind up, whether or not something's ethically or morally correct, or whether or not it wants to do something, or whether or not it wants to improve itself, or whether or not it wants to protect itself from people or from other AI? How far away are we from something that's really truly sentient?
Is this like a collective AI in the Google search, where we're also plugged in as like nodes on the network, like leaves on a big tree. And we're all feeding this network without questions and answers. We're all collectively programming the AI. And Google plus all the humans that connect to it are one giant cybernetic collective. This is also true of Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all these social networks. They're giant cybernetic collectives. We are the biological bootloader for AI, effectively. We are building it. And then we're building progressively greater intelligence. And the percentage of intelligence that is not human is increasing. And eventually, we will represent a very small percentage of intelligence. We mentioned all those things, the sort of primal drives.
Mm-hmm.
There's all things that we like and hate and fear. They're all there on the internet. They're a projection of our limbic system. The success of these online systems is sort of a function of how much limbic resonance they're able to achieve with people. The more limbic resonance, the more engagement.
Whereas, like, one of the reasons why probably Instagram is more enticing than Twitter.
Limbic resonance.
Yeah, you get more images, more video.
Yes.
It's tweaking your system more.
How much smarter are you with a phone or computer than without? You're vastly smarter, actually. You can answer any question if you connect to the internet. You can answer any question pretty much instantly, any calculation. Your phone's memory is essentially perfect. You can remember flawlessly. Your phone can remember videos, pictures, and everything perfectly. Your phone is already an extension of you. You're already a cyborg. Most people don't realize they are already a cyborg. That phone is an extension of yourself. It's just that the the data rate, the rate at which of the communication rate between you and the cybernetic extension of yourself that is your phone and computer is slow. It's very slow. From a long-term existential standpoint, that's like the purpose of Neuralink, is to create a high bandwidth interface to the brain such that we can be symbiotic with AI. Because we have a bandwidth problem. You just can't communicate through your because it's too slow. Solve the data rate problem, then I think we can hang on to human-machine symbiosis through the long term. And then people may decide that they want to retain their biological self or not. I think they'll probably choose to retain their biological self. People call it the singularity. And that's probably the great thing about it is it's a singularity. It's hard to predict. Like a black hole, what happens past the event horizon.
Right. So once it's implemented, it's very difficult because it will
Once
be
it
able
takes
to
out of the bubble, what's going to happen?
and it'll be able to improve itself.
Yes.
That's where it gets spooky, right? The idea that it can do thousands of years of innovation very, very quickly.
Yeah. It could be terrible, and it could be great. It's not clear.
Right.
But one thing is for sure, we will not control it.
Imagine having computers that are superhuman at every task that is relevant, every intellectual task. Right? So the best physicist is a computer. You know, the best medical diagnostician is a computer. The best prover of math theorems is a computer. The best engineer is a computer. Right? And there's no reason why we're not headed there. I mean, it would be the only reason I could see we're not headed there is that something massively dislocating happens that prevents us from continuing to improve our intelligent machines. But if you just, the moment you admit that intelligence is just a matter of information processing, and you admit that we will continue to improve our machines unless something heinous happens, because intelligence and automation are the most valuable things we have, at a certain point, whether you think it's in 5 years or 500 years, we're going to find ourselves in the presence of super intelligent machines. And then at that point, the best source of innovation for the next generation of software or hardware or both will be the machines themselves.
The idea that a person, a regular person like of today, could be in control of essentially a god.
Right.
Because if this thing continues to get smarter and smarter with every week, and more power and more potential, more and more understanding, thousands of years, I mean, it's just, this one person, a regular person controlling that is almost more terrifying than creating a new life.
Or any group of people who don't have the total welfare of humanity as their central concern.
And
so just imagine, what would China do with it now, right? What would we do if we thought China, Baidu or some Chinese company was on the verge of this thing? What would it be rational for us to do? I mean, if North Korea had it, it would be rational to nuke them, given what they say about their relationship with the rest of the world. So it's
well, that kind of power just isn't rational. That kind of power is so life-changing, so paradigm-shifting.
Right. But if to wind this back to what someone like Neil deGrasse Tyson would say is that the only basis for fear is, don't give your super intelligent AI to the next Hitler. Right. That's obviously bad. But if we're not idiots and we just use it well, we're fine. And that, I think, is an intuition that's just a failure to unpack what is entailed by, again, something like an intelligence explosion, a process that once you're talking about something that is able to change itself, and you have to guarantee. So, what would it be like to guarantee? Let's say we decide, okay, we're just not going to build anything that can make changes to its own source code. Any change to software at a certain point is going to have to be run through a human brain, and we're going to have veto power. Well, is every person working on AI going to abide by that rule? It's like we've agreed not to clone humans, right? But are we going to stand by that agreement for the rest of human history? And is our agreement binding on China or Singapore or any other country that might think otherwise? It's just it's a free for all, and at a certain point we're going to be close enough. Everyone's going to be close enough to making the final breakthrough that unless we have some agreement about how to proceed, someone is going to get there first.
That is a terrifying scenario of the future.